What's going on, Roxy and Rocks gang? So got done training Roxy. Came in the house now. Put Roxy in her kennel. Just to give her a break. Let her calm down from the training earlier. Um, what I'm doing now is starting the process with looking for rock. Like I told y'all, I've been doing it a little bit, but honestly, really just trying to get into it. First thing first, me and the wife haven't scheduled a date or a time when he will come into the house. We just knew after we got Roxy, so I'll have to talk to her. But because it's a business, it always have to be a plan. Start out for it. So I'm looking for any up and coming litters from a great breeder dog. Contact a few people. Basically, just get some background on the bloodline. Me, I'm not too much of a stickler on a long family tree. I really just want to know about the mom and the dad, if they have them. And, if I get pictures, see them, you know, things like that. It's really how I base off of how I'm going to get the dog. Is they dogs registered? Is they dogs AKC certified? If they dogs have any type of special training, those things, what's their dog's tolerance. That is a big key to knowing when you're going to get a dog. Understanding how the parents are around kids, how the parents is around everybody else, other dogs, animals. Because just like human beings, the dogs pick up traits from their parents. Attitudes, everything. So if the dad is an aggressive dad or the mom is an aggressive mom, then you do have a 50-50 chance that the dog is going to come out aggressive. If they real driven, then a parent, that's just in their bloodline anyway, so they're always going to be driven. But if their parents suffer from like skin issues, diseases, or shedding real bad, then it's a 50% chance that the puppy you get will. So that was that. I made an earlier video that I'm gonna attach this video to. And I wanted to talk about a point in that video. It was a point where in the beginning of the video where I was trying to train Roxy and she kept jumping up on me. One of the things I want to touch bases on that with is the fact that sometimes your dog does that. Like, so she didn't eat all last night. She was trying to talk to me. That's a communication tactic with a dog. They're trying to tell you some things. So knowing your dog, I can't stress enough, but knowing your dog is key. I keep saying I don't know why I keep doing that, y'all. So that is key, knowing your dog. So at that point in time, she was jumping on me to let me know, feed me, I'm hungry. Sometimes she'll jump on me, like if I'm sitting in the living room like I am now, if she was loose and had to go out, she'll either come, tuck herself under my legs, keep putting her head up, trying to get my attention, like, okay, do something with me, I need to go out, come take me. Or she'll jump up on my leg if she see me walking, like, hey, let's go, I gotta go out. It's all really about knowing the time frames of when you took your dog out, when your dog came out the kennel, when your dog ate, things like that, because then your dog. Like I tell you, pay attention to your dog, learn your dog, because I know if I just took her out the kennel, instantly I take her right outside after taking her out the kennel, just to use it, get that out the way. Next thing I do is, if I'm sitting in, I got her running around playing, and I just brought her back in from outside, and she jumping up on me, she's want to play, she wants some attention, she want to play. If she just came from outside and she come tuck herself up under me, she just wants some rubs, she just wants some scratches. Now, in those point in times, you can't use those as training moments say, hey, right now, I'm not going to give you no love right now. I'm not going to rub you. I'm not going to scratch you. I'm not going to pet you. I'm relaxing right now. You could just sit there and relax. Or, I'm not about to play with you right now. I just took you outside, roam around the house, do your thing, leave me alone, play with your toy by yourself. Go find one of your siblings in the room, go play with them or something. But right now it's not mine. The reason why is because you do not want visitors coming over and your dog jumping on them. So Those are training moments to tell your dog, let your dog know that it's not okay to jump on you, to force play, to force play. So like earlier today when she was doing it, I know that she was really hungry. Like I told y'all, I didn't feed her her final meal last night only for the video to show the different attitudes in a dog, to try to show y'all points of training when it comes to a dog who is really hungry versus a dog that had a good meal the night before, really not too hungry, but know it's got its breakfast time, so it's ready to eat. Normal schedule kind of dog. But if you forget a schedule, will your dog get aggressive? Will your dog get food aggressive? Would your dog just be obnoxious? So she did pretty well. It was a waste of a non-fed meal last night, because she didn't do nothing too crazy. She was a lot more driven, which I love that about her. She was a lot more driven, especially treat driven, because she was hungry. So she was ready to go. She was doing a lot more paying attention and focus, than a normal morning, because when she come out that kennel after a long night, she's fired up. She bolts out of there. She's ready to go. She handled her business, and then it's playtime. But anyways, I'm glad I was able to get back with you guys, touch bases on that. But I'm gonna just give you guys a little insight of what I do when it comes time to looking for the dog. So here we go. The first thing I always check is Craigslist, um, and I just type in puppies, Rottweiler puppies. And the reason why I do this is a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want to use Craigslist. I don't like using Craigslist." But me, I'll go on Craigslist. I'm not picky about where, long as I can get the information. Like this is another ad on Craigslist where they have Rottweilers coming soon, 6 litters, 3 males, 3 females. Um, the reason why I like to use, I don't mind using Craigslist, is only because I can get the exact information I need with no hesitation, and I can find a local person. Now, my thing is, don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong. I would love for the dog to already have paperwork, be AKC certified. I would love all of that, especially for the business that I'm trying to create, a breeding business for Rottweilers. But one thing that a lot of dog breeders fail to help you to understand is a lot of dogs, a lot of great breed of dogs, great bloodline of dogs, people are raising and taking care of, but they're not like certified. They are taken good care of. They have these shots. They are, they come from a loving home, but it's just that they're not professional breeders. They don't do this as a business. It's just more so as like a side hustle, or they may have 2 dogs and they may have missed the heat and the female got pregnant, and so then they breed, the dogs bred and puppies come out of. I'm not mad about that. I definitely do my research. I definitely talk to the owner, get a vibe of the owner, check out the parents beforehand. Like Roxy parents, they were not registered. They were not certified. It was just an older couple who had a boy Rottweiler and a female Rottweiler and missed the female heat. The wife had the girl dog. The husband had the male dog. They just had the dogs. And one of their things was they wanted to have the same dog just in case if they ever did miss a heat. It's not like the dog would breed a mutt or some sort, but it wasn't for business. It was just for their pleasure. They just wanted the companionship. They wanted the dogs, and the dogs ended up breeding. No paperwork or anything with the dogs besides typical registration for the state. So with that being said, I did get Roxy from them. And she's a great breeder dog. Now I do now have Roxy certified with the state, AKC certified. I even have she is even certified as a working dog, so I can take her into stores and things like that if need be. I've took her into like Home Depot when I went to Home Depot before. besides that, not really no outings at a store for real besides Home Depot. But she does pretty good because she got the basic commands to calm, sit, stay, relax. And so she's cool. And when we went to Home Depot, she was a hit. So when it comes to buying my dogs, like I told y'all, I just rather be able to have a communication. I know when I was looking for my first dog before we got Roxy, and I was looking for, the dog, I was talking to a whole lot of breeders, but professional breeders, it's hard, excuse me, it's hard to really get a sense of the dog. It's hard to get a sense of, what they want, how they want it done. A few of them was out of state. I was emailing back and forth, messaging back and forth, and just it's always was something that threw me off where something they said didn't seem too right. It was, we'll ship the dog, which is, I'm fine with that. I know it's not a problem with shipping the dog, but it's always something that turned my stomach because it was never a phone conversation. And then when I did talk to a few breeders over the phone, it was, you know, an extensive questionnaire, which is fine because I do know, the standard questionnaires when you buying a dog. If the dog destroy $100 worth of valuable things in your house, would you get mad? And what is your purpose for the dog? Are you planning on breeding? Are you not? And so I understand that. But when I was talking to him on the phone, and I'm not knocking no breeders, it's just my personal preference when looking for a dog to be in my home or to start my business or my kennel with. I would just like to have more of a personal conversation with you just to see how you raising your dogs because you got a lot of breeders out there that breed dogs for a living, but that's about it. So, they breed the dogs, they get a dog shots, the dogs look good, they healthy, but as far as any of the training or aggression is not being taken care of. In some instances, So, the parents could be very aggressive and only the owners can go near the dogs or they can't be mixed with other dogs. See, with me, that's not I'm not comfortable with that in the sense of getting a puppy with, from a breeder that does things like that. Not knocking it because some people just don't like their dogs around other dogs for different reasons. They don't want to swap diseases. They don't want them around other people because they are to protect their home. Which so I'm not knocking it. I understand some of the situations, but also at the same time, I want a dog that is trainable to a sense where it's not just aggression. Like they're trainable to where even if they're around other people or other dogs and they don't have to be aggressive. They don't have to, but they can be on my command. If I need them to spark up and protect, they follow the command. I feel like it's better to do that with a dog that is more friendly and more inviting to a difference, a change. You've been around other animals, been around other people, because at that point in time, they know that it's okay to be around other people, but you train them that command. When I say go, you go. If I say bite, you bite. If I tell you to chill, you chill. If I tell you to back off, you back off. Whatever it may be. So that's just what I do. So that's just what I do when I look for my dogs. So and then I just keep looking until I actually find the right one. Like I told y'all, it may be, like Rock may be a lot more money than what I paid for Roxy. Only for the simple fact is, 9 times out of 10, or around this time, I may be getting him from a professional breeder. Like I said, so don't get me wrong, I don't knock all the breeders because I did talk to a few rottweiler breeders here in the state where I live at, and they were really cool. It was 1,300 to 1,200 if you're not breeding, 2,500 for 2,500 to 3 grand if you're gonna breed because they selling their breeding rights because once you buy a dog, if you're gonna breed, you become the competition. So, which is understandable. So Rock gonna be a extensive a lot more money than Roxy. Then they come with already the papers, AKC certified already, because the parents are AKC certified, so they register the litter. And so the dogs already come with the AKC certification. So it's a whole lot of paperwork coming with the dog. So you basically get a dog already. A lot of kennels don't sell their dogs until they get about 13 weeks old, where Roxy is at, where they already is housebroken, kennel trained, things like that. They working with the dog. See, that I can stand behind. See, that I can respect, because rather than getting it at 6 weeks, the dog is already coming with the basic commands and the basic training. So then when you get the dog, all you doing is personalizing your dog to your training, and then giving a little bit more extensive training. So that I do love. So I'm gonna just go ahead and see what's out there. I'm gonna just go ahead and see what's out there. And just be looking around for upcoming litters, because a lot of times with breeders, you can well, a lot of times with breeders, you can get a dog, and it's phenomenal. Another thing is, with breeders, sometimes when they dogs get pregnant with puppies, they go get the ultrasound done. They figure out how many puppies it's gonna be. They take deposits. So before the litter is even here, or before the dog even gave birth, the litter is already sold. So with that being said, you have to start looking in advance, well in advance, if you trying to get it from a breeder of high stature that's going to come with all of the paperwork and everything like that, so you can get your deposit in and you can do it. I'm real low and quiet right now without a lot of energy, because all of the kids in the house are still asleep, and I'm in the living room, and the wife, she's in her office working. So I'm just real quiet. So don't take my energy and say, "Oh, this is a one born video," because it's not. It's just really informational video, and just how do I decide with my dogs. So like, I just came to this AKC certified dog, So page, and it shows. Oh, let me back up. So you see this puppy here. So this is really just a breakdown of the rottweiler breed in itself. As y'all can see, it says, "Sorry, there are no puppies for sale in Arizona," which is where I'm at. So let me just take that off, and then let's just see if there's any Rottweiler puppies available anywhere else. So we see that it's some in Florida here, AKC champion bloodline, the 13 weeks old. So let's see what these ones are about. All right. So it was born. So actually what's crazy is these puppies were actually born the same exact day that Roxy was born. Roxy was born on the 5th of March as well. So that's good to know. Have the AKC number. So all of the information is here, for the mom, the dad and the mom. There's 2 males left. Females, they already come with health vaccination, AKC registered, parents and all their health clearance of hips, elbows, eyes, heart. Everything is pretty good. They did a full examination. Let's just take a look and see if these puppies. So good puppies. So what's funny is, actually, when I was looking for Roxy, I did see these dogs already. I was talking with them about one of their pups. But with me, it's kind of scary with me getting a dog from out of another state from time to time, because I can't see the dog before I get the dog. Like, I can't physically see the dog before I get the dog, and that's sometimes it's a little scary for me. This puppy here is in Oakley, California, so that's not too far from me. So typically I could just go ahead and drive out there to get this dog to where I can see the dog before actually picking it up, meet the parents, and I could decide at that point in time if this is something that, if this is a dog that I want to start my business with. So another thing too is pictures are everything. Pictures are everything when you are selling your dogs, because that's what all people have to go off of. So always make sure you get clear pictures. So like these dogs are $3,000, but they come, all puppies come with health guarantee, up to date on vaccination and deworming done as well. Puppies have been declawed, declawed, I mean, sorry, not declawed, declawed, removed, and tails are docked. AKC certification as well. Born April 29th, so they're only 5 weeks old. So they got about another week before they actually can leave the home. I mean, some people do let their dogs go about 5 weeks, but that's that. So I'm just looking for any dog that I can drive to, I can go and see, I can see the parents when I get there. And if not me, if there's any states where any of like my family live, they can actually go and check out the dogs as well for me. Like I said, my dad used to breed Rottweiler, so pretty much my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, can look at a dog. So looking at, so now I'm looking at some Rottweilers in Texas, because my brother lives there, and that's not too far from me either. So looking at this dog, he looks pretty good. 1,800. I'm looking at the parents. They got pictures of the parents up. Parents look good. Big block heads. Thorough body. Nice shiny coat. One of the things though that I do look for as well, and you guys can call me a stickler. I don't want the long hair Rottweilers. If y'all know what I mean. Because if y'all know the Rottweiler breed, then y'all know that the Rottweiler breed came from breeding two different kind of dogs together years ago, before the breed was actually established as its own breed. And so you get some Rottweilers that have long hair. I don't want a long haired Rottweiler. I mean, if it's in a bloodline and the puppies come out or they grow into that, then I mean, of course, I'm not gonna hate the dog or not love the dog, but at the same time, I would love for the dog just to be a short-haired Rottweiler. My dad had a long-haired Rottweiler. The reason why I said my dad had a long-haired Rottweiler, and that dog just shed all the time. And then washing that dog was ridiculous. It's like that dog always had everything and anything in his coat. And and then she was a female, so when she gave birth, that whole situation was just crazy because her stomach was long hair as well, which I've never really caught the sight. What's funny is this one dog right here, the mom name is Roxy. So I think it's just probably meant to be. Honestly, the dog is 2,500. It's a male. That's funny that the mom name is Roxy. That's hilarious. So let's just go back and see where this dog came from. I stopped showing it. I stopped showing the screen just because I don't want to get hit with any legal things about the dog. So this dog is in Iowa. That dog is in Iowa. Oh no, that was the one in Texas. Sorry, that was the one in Texas, Missouri City, Texas. So Dayton, Nevada, which is not too far from here either. I could drive there to get this dog. It's $2,000. One male left. Like I said, all these dogs are AKC certified, so that takes away from an expense. These some little fluffy rottweilers too. They look like little Yorkies on one of the pictures. Oh man, dad's gorgeous. Mom's gorgeous. Big block head. That's one of the things I really love. Short snout. They got mom. I gotta show y'all this picture. This is hilarious. They got mom in the little gangster jacket, in the little hoodie. Crazy. But okay. So dad pretty good. I like dad. Dad look real good. So that's just one of the things. So the process just begins. So I just look. Another thing is I also, I love when I'm looking at a dog. Sometimes I be searching for a dog, and when that Rottweiler just hits you, or that dog or anything. I do it when I pick out cars, anything. If I'm searching and it's something that just stands out to me, it just catches me, then I'm all good to go. That's what really does it for me. So that really does it to me. So at the end of the day, that's just a process. I know this was a lengthy video, real monotone voice, just laid back, but just wanted to give y'all an update on where I'm at with this whole rock situation. But he will be coming soon, definitely before I go back to work in August. So stay tuned, and we're gonna be steady, looking for it. Please like, subscribe, share the video, hit the notification button, show me the love, like the videos. Like I said, always, we appreciate it over here at Roxy and Rocks and Roxy and Rock. But hey, show the love, hit the comments. We out.